The second and final part of the realities of banditry are focused on Baringo South and how better to capital. But I have the Member of Parliament for Baringo South, Charles Kamuren. Probably first from a reaction of the stories we ran yesterday and today. Of course, I understand Mukutani, Arabal and Mochongoy are the most affected areas in Baringo South. But you've seen the injury of a police reservist, a boy in Nosokoro, and then you have these bandits training their guns on children. Have you received any response from government since these attacks happened in your constituency? We're talking about 2 weeks and a week ago.
Yeah, so far, what you have said is true. This banditry has been there for the last 19 years. This is the 20th year since we were attacked by these bandits. They have occupied the entire 4 locations. That is Rukus location, Mokutane location, Araba location, and Mochongoy and part of Chebinyi. So this thing has been there. The government has tried to respond in that they have come up with the security camps, like what we have seen in Arabal, the Jeshu camp. We are having also Kashela RTU camp. We have got also Kiserian Jeshu camp. We have also Nosukro RTU camp, plus the others in Mokutane. But nevertheless, when the government was responding, already there was a big damage because the entire 4 locations have been occupied by these bandits, including schools that was building with CDF money. So they have come and lived in those schools. They have come and destroyed the public facilities. They own that locations. People were evicted. So we have big population all across Baringo South, displaced, and bandits have taken over their land, their farms, and everything. So now, as the government has responded, yes, they have done it. But now, they have not evicted them out of Baringo South. And you know, these bandits are originating from Tiati. So the government has not been able to remove them from these locations.
Tell us something, because looking at Tarabal, for example, I realized there's a stretch of more than 7 kilometers that is deserted within Baringo South. People have fled away from that area in Arabal. Question being, when dealing with this bandits, what does the government tell you? Because you're talking about dealing with the criminals. As the leader there, what is the missing link? Why do we have an operation in place and then these bandits are occupying land within Baringo South?
You are asking what exactly I am asking also the same government. I think the person that can answer very well is the CS Interior and the Inspector General of Police. Because specifically, we have been in their offices. The Cabinet Secretary has come to Chemorongyon, that is Arabal. But the Inspector General has not come. So I don't know where is the weakness here in between. Because the government cassetted. You remember there was cassettement, the first one, is dangerous zones, dangerous or disturbed areas. Yes. And they did name the 4 locations. And then the 30 days is gone. There was another cassettement that they have identified those places where
caves
bandits.
And, yes,
and they told them, anybody living there, that can you go before that time comes, because they will work on those regions. Now, it is days after that cassettement. It is almost coming to an end, that curfew. But the bandits are still there. They are still living there. Nothing has happened. And that is why I am asking as a member of parliament in that region. And I have been in those offices where these people who are in charge of security, asking them, why are you not coming to remove these bandits? Mine is different. You know what Kenyans are being told is that banditry is an activity that is between the communities. In Baringo South, it's not about between communities. This is about the bandits who have invaded our land, evicted the citizens, the residents of Baringo South, who are armless. We don't own guns. We are not like the people in Tiate that everybody is owning a gun. We don't own guns. And that is why they were able to evict us in our locations and occupy. You asked the cabinet secretary when he came there, he realized that even one of the bandits, which is an elder, he occupied the entire school. having spending night in one class, and his 3 wives spending in different classes, and the children are living in another class. Can you imagine? The entire school, and it's within Kenyan government. 5 schools were closed. I did ask His Excellency the President during the court auction in 2022. I asked it if he can assist us as our president because we love him and he knows us. And he gave directives to the ministry that can you make sure that the 5 schools are reopened come January. To our surprise, up to now, nothing has happened.
Nothing is happening.
In fact, it has become worse than before. So we are wondering, why is these bandits becoming so difficult to be removed from our land? And we don't have guns. We are good citizens. We are peace-loving people. We have restrained ourselves from buying these guns. And there is no help that is coming to our people.
All right.
Then, in other words, it's like the government is telling us, as people of Baringo, and you know the people of Baringo that I'm talking about? It is Endorais who are marginalized. It's minority. The El Chamus who are marginalized and the minorities that are being attacked. When you talk of El Chamus population, it's less than 10,000. The other one of Endorais is almost 13,000 population against the entire Tiati of almost 300,000 with guns. So now what's the expectation?
All right.
And that is why I am appealing to the government, because the government has the power, has the authority, has the mandate that they can do and remove these people. But with me, I am almost believing that there is somebody who is sabotaging the government.
We will get there. We will get there in a bit because it's one of the things that I want to ask you about. You know, the entire operation and how it's going. But first, let's begin with when the cabinet secretary appeared before the Parliamentary Committee on Security.
Yes.
He appeared to cite a school where one bandit had actually made a school a kingdom, where one class is occupied by the first wife, the other one occupied by the second wife. I think the children occupying the third class. That school is in your constituency?
Yes.
How is the status right now?
That school is owned by bandits. Up to now, the 5 schools has been occupied by the bandits because they evict people, and now they are the ones loitering around, grazing the animals. And the animals that they are grazing there are animals that have stolen from our people. And do you know what's happening? These bandits, they are tearing. They tell us they are going to come at around 11 a.m. And they come at 11 a.m. shooting everybody on sight, killing whatever that they will kill, capture the animals, and they are not running away with. They just cross maybe around 500 meters, and they started grazing those animals there. And that is why we are wondering, what do we do as citizens who are binding to the law? What else can we do? Now, when they are talking about Turkana or maybe some sections of Samburu or some sections of Marakwet, that's a different scenario. My scenario, Baringo South people don't own guns. Then why are we subjected to this? It is our constitutional right to be protected. What other language that they want us to speak? My people have spoken. We have informed His Excellency the President. The President has given order. He has given directives. Somebody somewhere is messing up. And that is why we are saying, who is this behind all this? Because you are there in person. The bullets that young man that the bandits were using, and they messed up with what you saw. And when you went and removed the outcome, whatever you were getting is government bullets. It is government bullets that is produced in LRED. Then we want to ask, these bullets that are being used by bandits, these government bullets produced by our government, then how comes that these bullets are in the hands of bandits? Why? And then on top of that one, do you want to tell me the government doesn't have inventory over this? They can't trace these bullets. It is because somebody somewhere is working to make sure that this Kenya Kwanza is defeated. This sabotage that you're talking about, because you obviously appreciate the efforts being taken by government, but my question is, when you talk about sabotage, do you see it from a political perspective, or it is within the security agencies that you say this is where the operation is being sabotaged? With me, according to me, it's not about political.
It is not politics?
It's not political,
okay.
Because these bullets I'm talking about, there is no politics over there. How it landed to bandits, that's not politics. Let us talk reality. The police cannot be defeated over this. If the police can be reorganized, I have almost 400 police personnel covering all that region. Why are they not evicting this? It is a matter of organizing them and evicting them. But when you say there is some caves, there is what? If a bandit is going through that cave and is a Kenyan citizen, and this is a trained soldier within the Republic of Kenya, graduated before His Excellency the President, and they took the oath of office, and then a bandit, they are fearing a bandit, and they are saying we can't do this because there is caves. Then are we safe, the citizens of this nation? What is failing here is reorganizing this personnel and supporting this personnel, the police officers there. Because also I have tried to inquire, even the police officers who are there are also suffering. They are also suffering. I know the cabinet secretary has tried, because he went there, we were there with him. He saw what I saw also and what I have been living with. But I'm wondering, up to now, there is no reorganization of evicting this. It's not a difficult situation, but somebody somewhere is failing in his duty. It's not the government. If somebody somewhere is failing on this duty, and I know even right now he's listening to me, and somebody, because if you follow these bullets, I am almost even believing the same bullets that are within that locality are handed over to bandits. But I don't have enough evidence, but I am saying it is true, and it might be true, that there is collaboration between security personnel and bandits. And that is why they don't want these people to go away, because some people are benefiting from this scheme. I want to appeal to my government, Kenya Kwanza government, that the issues of bandits is not difficult. His Excellency the President has given orders, and it's very straight, and he has said it. We want to stop this business and once and for all. If the head of state have said, and it's cassetted, why don't we implement those who are in charge of that security?
All right. Let's talk about police reservice. And by the way, for the information of our viewers, is that the bandits are so daring. That is true. Because as we were conducting one of the interviews around Nasukuru, they fired a bullet towards our direction. And we were told that is a way of saying we are around here. So just know, don't sit too comfortably, we'll be around here. But let's talk about the police reservice. For example, in that village, there were about 5 of them. I think with the injury of 1 now, there remain as 4 police reservists.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, in all those camps you have, actually the Nasukuru village is just meters away from an RDU camp.
Yes.
Why do you need police reservists when you have GSU camps, RDU camps around you? Like you admittedly say, you have around 4 police officers in that locality. Why do you need extra police reservists?
We need, because you saw it. In Nasukuru, where people were attacked that night, okay, at around 5 in the morning. The next 120 meters, 120 meters is the RTU camp. Nobody came out of there. No soldier came out of there. While these people were sprayed with bullets all throughout. The same boy who was injured, who is an NPR, had to struggle with that bullet in his body to rescue his family. And you saw the bullets in his house.
Yes.
And he was able alone to even return the 53 goats, in which, according to the signal of security officers, they said they recovered, while the wounded boy recovered alone his goats.
The goats.
You see, and that is how sometimes they relay wrong information. And then we were wondering, if 120 meters, the RTU are there. And RTU, you know the meaning of RTU? Rapid
Deployment Unit.
They need to straight and within a very short time save the situation. But none of them came. And that is why the locals, and we have lived with them for a long time, and that RTU, I viewed it where they are living. I assisted with the CDM to construct where they are living. And even to reciprocate to my people is becoming a problem. So now, the locals had to look for alternative to save their situation. And that is why we are preparing that we be given more NPRs who are our own to defend our own people, because now the personnel that we were trusting to assist us are not assisting us. And if there was a sabotage from that station that come, what has the security leadership did to answer this so that they cannot be repeated?
Okay.
Nothing has happened. So what I want to appeal is the area member of parliament. I have told is our cabinet secretary that can he give us more NPRs. If we can get around 500 NPRs, we will be safe.
We will be able to defend yourself.
We will be able to defend ourselves and save our situation and return to our camps, because we have appealed to the government to do disarmament, in which we are seeing it's like they are not doing it. Because right now you are there. Is there an operation?
No.
No operation in Baringo South. Nothing is happening.
All right. Let's talk about schools, because going to Kapindasum and see the danger that lurks in the horizon of that school. Because I was shown a spot where these bandits train their guns on children and the school. But I just can't stop and wonder, what business do bandits have with school-going children?
You know, the bandits are bandits. They want to showcase their authority. And because they want to chase everybody. You know, the only remaining school in Arabal are only 2 schools out of 9 schools. No, out of 13 schools that we had.
Only 2?
Only 2 in the entire location. Out of 13, only 2. And that's Kapindasum and Embosos. We don't have another school in that location. And where there is only a small population is still the same place, the same locality. So now, the bandits are enjoying evicting people to make sure that they have chased everybody, because that's their joy. So when you say what interest is bandits having to school-going children, it's a matter of banditry, and they want to showcase that even the children, they will not spare. And that's the duty of the government.
They're sparing nobody?
Nobody.
All right. Let me ask you, as we near a close, because when I asked you about sabotage and asked about the political element, you said on sabotage there's no political elements involved. But I'm just wondering, when you look at banditry as a whole, because like right now, one person was killed today in Baringo North. And there was a burial for 2 brothers killed again. The burial was today, and today morning another person was killed in Baringo North. Looking at the entirety of banditry, would you deny there's an element of political instigation for this banditry to continue? That is business for some people.
Yeah, I don't deny, because, yes, I don't deny. I didn't deny it 100%, but I was looking at my situation, because I have never interfered with...
You're looking at
my situation from Baringo South, where we don't have guns. But maybe where there is guns, then there might be political connection between banditry and politics. But in my scenario, which is unique, and I consider my scenario, because I'm neighboring Laikivia, is like what is happening in Laikivia. Laikivia, they don't also, they are like where I am. So we don't play politics out of this. If there's somebody who has suffered, it's me with my people. That is why I'm asking the government, can you separate? Don't just put blanket over these issues of banditry. There is differences between bandits who are attacking innocent people and those who are practicing, communities who are practicing banditry, and they both own guns. There is differences here. I feel so bitter and so that I'm not secured when somebody is saying banditry is politicking, while in my region it's not about politicking. My people are armless. So they should separate scenarios. And I was expecting this operation to start from Baringo South because we are innocent. But to my surprise, they have gone to Tiati. The KDF that have gone are in Tiati. While we are suffering here, the bandits in Tiati have now come and stay in our territory. The worst bandits are now within our region, Baringo South, and nobody is affecting that. So I don't know why are people going to enjoy themselves within Chemolingot, in Ginyang, Parpelo, while the victims, the Wakoras, are in my region and they are not removing. So I want to challenge those who are in charge of this operation. that can you be honest? Can you come and start evicting these people? I have very clear program of my constituency. We want to start irrigation in Mukutane. We have mapped that. There was engineers from Nairobi Irrigation Authority. They did the mapping. We have over 12,000 acreage to be irrigated in Mukutane. We have others in Mosoro. We have in Empasos. We have in Seretione scheme. We have in Sandai. We have in Perkera. We have in Lororo. We have in Loperer. We have in Endao. We have in Chemrokweny. We have so many irrigations in Baringo South. We have the capacity of producing almost 4 billion seeds in for this country. And we will not need even reliefs. Food, the way they are feeding us with relief food. We have the capacity. The best place for irrigation in Kenya is within Baringo South. And you know Baringo South, there's Lake Baringo, Lake Bogoria, and Lake 84. And that one is indication that our land is good for irrigation. But now we are not using our land, we are not utilizing our land because of banditry. And that's why we want this to be removed. Let our people go back to their farms. Let us reopen all these schools, starting from Ngeleja, Laramoru, all through to Rukus, and all through to Ramaja, to Partalok, all these schools. Let us reopen. I have appealed to the government. I have written a letter to the Cabinet Secretary Transport, telling and showing all the roads, security roads. And I have asked, can the government come in and assist to open up these roads? We need to rebuild these schools. We need again to reorganize, and then we start all these businesses like other people. We are not even interested in keeping animals. We want to change so that these people will not get anything to do with us. We have the capacity. What we are lacking here is only the support. And I want to appeal.
Finally,
I want to appeal to the government. This is our government. This is my government. Kenya Kwanza is my government. My people are happy that they voted Kenya Kwanza. This is our government. We voted because we wanted peace. We have not achieved this peace. We don't blame our president because he has given order. Yes, we have seen Cabinet Secretary coming. He has visited us once. We want to appeal to him to come severally. We want again to appeal to Inspector General to come and visit us. Come, we sit together. We want to see this operation, evict these bandits. We want peace. We are peaceful people. We are appealing to the government to assist us. We want to move like other Kenyans. And then the last one.
Yes.
I have appealed. Cabinet Secretary gave an order that we be given 100 NPRs. Up to now, it's now almost 2 months. We have not gotten. They took everything. All the names are before the Inspector General. He has never released. The present even NPRs, you saw them. They are very few. And they are the ones who are struggling. We want to appeal to him that please can you release these NPRs, even these 100. And then you will have a balance of 400. When we get this, we will work together with the same personnel of security. Then we will move and save the situation. It's not so difficult, but we want the will of security personnel. The last one. Sorry.
Very quickly.
The last appeal is that I want to appeal to the government under affirmative action. Please, as you do employment, be it Public Service Commission or any other employment that will come in, can you give us affirmative action of employing these youths? Right now, they are displaced. They are orphans. They are poor. They don't have anything. Don't consider us the way you are considering other Kenyans. We are suffering. I want to appeal that consider us in terms of employment of teachers, in terms of employment, in terms of security. We want to appeal to the government to consider regions like Baringo South. We are good people. We want also to feel our Kenya Kwanza government. And I want to thank KBC team who came to visit us. At least we were seeing, we have got an opportunity of even expressing. My people are so happy about you. And I want to welcome you back again. Please come. I know you were not able to get a court meet. But next time we shall arrange for a court meet. At least you saw my people suffering and they were so serious.
Thank you very much. Charles Kamuren is a member of Parliament for Baringo South joining us tonight to speak about insecurity and then know that what needs to be done. And Mheshimiwa Kamuren thinks there's an element of sabotage within the security operation. That's why we put a cap on Prime Edition. Up next is The Rave. Have yourself a good night and God bless you. And thank you very much, Mheshimiwa, for joining us today. Asante.